You know what I don't like? I don't like when a married woman calls herself a single mom, jokingly or not. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Daily Talks with Ken. I'm back with another video. Today, we are going to be talking about the financial realities of single moms that we just don't talk about. I seen a mom saying that she's a single mom and life is hard for her and she's married and she's a single mom. Now, if you married and you a single mom because your husband is really not helping, yes, sis, you're a single mom. But if you're married and you're calling yourself a single mom because your husband is at work all day, but you're financially unburdened, you're financially, your husband is out getting to that money and you're a stay-at-home mom, you're, taking care of the kids, and that's your worry for the day. Yes, it's a lot of worry and it's a lot of work, because kids are a lot of work. They say like kids are a lot of work, that they put a price on the work that we do with our kids. They put a salary price on what we should be paid. And that tells you that taking care of kids is labor. But a single mom's labor, physical, mental, all that, is very different than a mom that's married that has help, I should say. And this is no type of hate or jealousy or any of that, because that's not what I'm getting at. I'm talking about just the financial realities that single moms face. And it's just not fair for that woman to have, going online saying that she feels like she's a single mom, and then come to find out her husband is a whole athlete. I think her husband was like an athlete or something he did required him to travel for work. But, financially, she's not up at night worried about paying the light bill. She's not up at night worrying about if her car breaks down, what's going to have to be sacrificed this week if the car goes down. The car goes down, I might can't pay the light bill. The car goes down, I might can't pay daycare. The car goes down, I can't get to work. And then my kids can't get to school. And then if I don't get to work, I can't make the rent. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a whole different reality for a single mom versus someone that has help in the home. There's no one there to split the bills with. There's no one there to split finances with. There's no one there to even just help you. I was talking to my cousin last night on the phone, and she was just talking about how she hasn't been out in 8 years. She hasn't been out. Her daughters are 8, and she told me she hasn't been out in 8 years. She's a single parent. She has no one. Once she gets off of work, is straight to mommy mode. And then once they go to bed, she goes to bed. Then we do it all over again in the morning. She was telling me, there's no one for me to come home to and say, oh, you go take a bath, you rest, I'll cook dinner. I'll go take the girls out, while you get some rest in the house. I'll go take them for ice cream. The reality that a lot of single moms face is that we have no one to do that. We don't have anyone to offload that mental load that we're holding, the physical load that we're holding, but yet we still have to show up, So when we talk about the financial realities that a lot of single moms face, it's a real issue. It's a real burden, because again, not just the mental load, because that's a lot. But when you mix the mental load mixed with the financial load, because now you're overthinking about these things, you're taxed. You're spread thin. It's a very real expense when you're the only one that has to show up financially. Again, we're going to, because I'm going to keep going back to that. If I keep saying just showing up financially, we understand that single moms have to show up mentally, physically, all that. So we're not talking about that right now. Right now, we are strictly talking about finances and how can single moms do better with their finances. It's crazy because I didn't know what direction I was taking this channel. I didn't know where I was going with it. You know, you just start talking, you just start yapping, and then suddenly things start coming to you. And when I opened up my motherhood group last year, because this was last year now, I wanted to help moms in some kind of way. I just didn't know how I was going to help. But as moms came in, every single one of them, not just one or two, but every single one of them stated that they wanted to fix their finances. They wanted to make more money. They wanted to become financially stable. Money was the root of everything. Money was the root of everything. You cannot be happy as a single mom, as a person, period. You can't be happy if your finances are messed up. You know what I mean? You just can't. It's the root of everything. For your kids to have a nice childhood, to have a beautiful childhood, it takes money. Sports are money. Extracurriculars are money. Tutoring is money. Daycare is money. Food is money. Shoes is money. Clothes is money. The bills is money. The house is money. Everything is money. And if that is your number one worry as a single mom, how are your kids supposed to thrive? How are you supposed to thrive? People could say money isn't everything all day long. It's not, but it is. You need it. You need it to get by. I know when I was at my absolute best, no worry, no care in the world, was when my finances was in order. Somewhere along the way, I lost sight of it because, you're used to making money, but I didn't have good habits. I didn't have saving habits. I didn't have good spending habits. I didn't budget. I didn't plan for anything. I just made money and I spent money. I'm going to say this all the time. I made money and I spent money. I didn't track it. I didn't look at it. I didn't look at my bank account. I never did. I didn't think I needed to. You know what I mean? I had no knowledge about money. But living in that like carefree kind of state, I was at my happiest until one day I wasn't again. Until one day it's like, wait a minute, my bank account ain't looking like how it used to look. What's going on? You know what I mean? There comes a day when you spend everything. There comes a day, if you're not saving and you're not planning, there comes a day when everything gets spent. And then you're looking like, whoa, what just happened? What did I do? You know what I mean? So I think my hope for moms out there, my hope for me, and as I'm learning and as I'm growing is, I want to teach what I'm learning to others, and budgeting is one of them. I've sat back, and so now this year my plan was to, number one, create income streams that does not require my time. In the beginning, things are going to require your time, but I'm building certain streams that will not require too much time of me after it's said and done. Hence me getting my life insurance license. Hence me learning how to trade options. All those things are time freedom type of, I don't want to call them jobs because they're not jobs, but, time freedom income creators. That's what they are. So with that, with creating these new streams of income, I told myself I had to learn I don't want to be in a position ever again where I'm looking at, like before I moved to North Carolina, I told you I was at my lowest point. You know what I mean? I had nothing. I don't ever want to be in that position again. And I recognize that if I keep up the way that I was living last year, spending, no saving habits, not learning about investing, not learning about money, not learning about specific saving accounts. And if I don't learn those things and really take the time to learn, I'm going to find myself back in that position in 10 years. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is the year that I sit back and I really learn about money. If I never sit and learn about money, life is going to pass me by, and then I'm going to wake up one day and say, dang, I never really learned that. And then what happens to my kids and my grandkids? They never really learn it. You have to break these cycles now. You can't keep living and saying, I'll do it one day. I'll do it one day. One day I'll get to it. No, we got to get to it now. We got to get to it now. As we keep going through life, I know for me, I don't want to wake up and have any regrets in my 60s. I don't want to have any regrets in my 50s. I want to live my life as fullest as possible and say that I went after everything that I dreamed or everything that I thought of, everything I wanted. Seeing a lady on TikTok say she's lived 7 lives right now so far. She said, tomorrow I may wake up and decide I want to be something else. And it's like, it's okay to change, pivot, grow, do something else, be something else, learn something else. Life is about learning. Constantly learn. Feed your brain new information. I'm in a space right now where I want to learn everything there is to know about money. I want to learn everything there is to know about money. How come they can learn it, but we can't? How come they know certain things, but we don't? Learn it. What are the loopholes? Where can I invest my money? How can I grow my money? How can I make myself more money? There's no reason why you can't be rich. It's no reason why you can't be a multimillionaire. It's no reason why you can't live where you want, do what you want, eat what you want, decorate your house how you want, do the hobbies that you want whenever you want. Who said we have to wake up every day and go to a job? And that's just it. That's just life. We get up, we eat breakfast, we drop our kids off at daycare, we go to work, we come back home, we take a shower, we eat dinner, we go to sleep, we wake up, we do it all over again. For 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Is that life? Is that life? It's crazy because I knew long ago I didn't want that life. But long ago I had no plan. I quit my job and I didn't have a plan. I quit. It gotta be something on the other side for me. And what did I tell myself? There is no plan B. This is going to work. There is no plan B. I'm not going back there. So you really got to go after things you want and tell yourself there is no plan B. This is what we doing. This is how we getting there. I don't know how we going to get there, but we're going to get there. We're going to do it. So the first step I took was, writing down everything, writing down my expenses, writing down my bills, I wrote down my bills, the due date, if I owe on it, like if I have like some kind of carryover balance or something from not paying last month, because I don't open mail. I know I have a water bill. I don't know when it's due. Well, I know now, but I'm saying I didn't know the due date. Don't get paid when I pay them. Like, you know what I mean? That's like, no, put this stuff on auto pay. If you're not gonna open your bills, put it on auto pay. So it's just like little habits like that. I wrote down all my bills, wrote down my spending, wrote down all those little subscriptions. I went through my phones, wrote down my subscriptions, wrote down everything. Then as I'm looking at stuff, I'm like, wow, my bills equal this a month. This is how much I'm paying a month in my bills. Then I'm looking at certain things on my budget tracker, like on my spreadsheet. I'm like, okay, my insurance, I've been paying this for a long time. Maybe it's time to go shop for some new rates. Let's go see if we can get cheaper car insurance somewhere. Boom, lowered my car insurance by $200. I started feeling good because I'm like, wait, that's $200 savings. Like before, I used to think like $200 savings, that's not nothing. But it is something. Like you're saving that money. The money that you're not spending going out the door, you're saving. It's being saved. So I just started renegotiating stuff, taking stuff down, canceling subscriptions I don't use, I don't need. Do I need it desperately? Do I really need it that bad? No, delete it. Getting rid of stuff. What else? After that, I went through my debt, pulled up my credit report. I'm like, okay, let's see what's on there. Let's see what's on the credit report. Let's get real with that. Let's see what's owed. Let's see that. I seen something I seen an old credit card. Didn't even know it was on there. And I'm like, you know what? Let's dispute this. Wrote my own credit letters. I'm going to go send some letters to the credit bureau. Why not? Why not? Do it. Get real with your finances. Look it up. See what's going on in there and attack it. You don't know what's going on if you never look. And that's where I was at with stuff. I just didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know. Didn't want to look. I don't know if it was shame or just ignoring it, not trying to face reality, but I didn't look. But now that I've looked and I wrote stuff down, it's like, okay, all right, that's where we at. Now you can see what you can start getting rid of. What's on your credit? All right, let's pull it up so we can start attacking it. Let's start getting down to it. When you can see everything in a clear picture, you can see where you're headed. And then once that stuff is eliminated and gone, it feels good. Like it feels good because then you have a clean slate. Then you can start the saving. You can start the investing. You can start, building your portfolio and growing your money. That's where I'm at with it. So I created the budget tracker. I'm actually going to create one for you guys because I think it will be helpful if you are someone that really wants to take a deep dive inside of your debt, your bills, your spending, and really get a clear roadmap on where you're going with your finances. I'm going to put that in the description for you. And if you're a single mom, don't be ashamed. Like it's hard. It's hard having one income, being only you. And you got to be the one to come up with everything. You got to figure out the kids' future. You got to figure out what y'all eat in a day. You got to figure out the bills. You got to figure out the daycare payments. You got to figure out going to work. You got to figure out the car, the shoes, the house, everything. Everything's on you. But getting clear with your finances and opening that door to seeing where you stand with everything is the first step to building a clearer and better future. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And let's get financially savvy, financially educated, financially literate together.